Lead us off.
Cristian Roldan obviously wins best 11. Are you a little worried that he's no longer going to be called the most underappreciated player in the league?
No. Look, he's getting his due recognition. We've known it for a long time. But look, we've had a lot of players. I mean, Steph's another one that, because he hasn't won a big trophy. Christian's, been in the hunt. He's been on the national team, went to a World Cup. So a couple of guys that have been really important to the club. And to Steph's credit, he's gotten some accolades as well. I mean, it's not like we're woe is me, but with Cristian, I think it's been a breakout season in some respects. At the end of last year, when we moved him inside because of, I think it was JP, injury or just the way things shook out, he's really taken that role as a learning tool to get better even at his age. There were certain things that he had to learn, improve on. I know Preki worked a lot with, the double pivots and, making sure they play as a tandem. So Christian's put the work in, and we're all seeing the fruits of the labor.
I don't want to say anyone here was necessarily skeptical of his ability to make that transition, but there had to be some doubts as to any time a player late in their career makes a position change that they're going to rise to be a best 11 type of talent. I guess, how would you describe your the way that he's met or exceeded your expectations?
I was one of the ones that liked him on the wing. I was the one that liked him out here. I mean, he won a lot of games for us playing out here, but there was a void. And there again, true to Cristian, who he is, he's a smart guy, has all the physical tools. It kind of naturally made sense. I mean, normally you get forwards that go to center backs, or the odd, right winger, right midfielder going to right back or left back. You get some of those standard things, but yeah, a little bit more from coming outside to in. But he played at the UW inside, and he had some good starting points early on when Zig was still here. We'd always talk about, well, where's Christian's best position? So he had it in him.
When I just to follow up on that, he had played in the middle for you guys too, but it was always when he was paired with a more defensive type. He was with Svensson or is with João Paulo or whoever else. His ability to transition into a real, like a real six essentially has to have been, what do you think is key to his ability to do that?
I think that again is just, the coaches sitting down with him, Cristian loving a new challenge. Lots of different reasons for that. It comes down to, again, he's just a smart soccer player. He understands what the team needs. He's not a selfish soccer player. He understands what the team needs. He knows that he can do the best job to help the group win doing these certain things. And that's what he does.
And when he played in the wing, I mean, statistically, he was definitely up there. I think he led, pretty sure he led CCL in assists for the tournament that you guys won. But does it feel like this is his best year as a Sounder, away from the stats, just influential total work?
Maybe. It's a good question, Nico, because, we always had big players, maybe bigger names, okay? And so after Nico and Raul, the last two bigger names, so to speak, left, we needed a new crop of players. And so Albert has kind of, statistically been very good. Steph's been steady Eddie. But it's Cristian, it's Jordan becoming the leading goal scorer. Those guys have had to step up because there was a little bit of a void. And so it's challenging for me to say that Cristian didn't or wasn't or could be the best. This is his best season because he's been a really good player for a long time. But I know where you're going with that. I think it could be true.
You mentioned the new challenge for Cristian. Let's say a month from now, Cristian walks into your office and says, this offseason, I want to get better at one thing. What are you going to tell him?
I don't know, Jackson. I mean, there's still, look, his long ball striking is still really good, but there's still a couple of moments where, he gives the ball away in that part of the field, and that's just maybe just a little bit more awareness, work on his vision. He can always do that. I'm a big proponent of guys working on their vision. You look at a guy like Busquets. So there's a guy who's retiring, who very rarely ever got stuck with the ball in bad spots. Why was that? He wasn't the fastest, but his vision was impeccable. So he felt the little pressure coming. He could just play out one touch. So that's probably what it would be.
Obviously, you have a team that got a great win, that is probably a very positive mindset.
Yeah.
What is it that you need to work on to kind of build on that and take it to Minnesota?
Just understand that Minnesota's going to make tweaks. They're going to make changes. We have to be prepared for whatever they do, and be able to follow up with another good performance where we actually, found those moments to, make plays.
In that game, Alex came off because of a growing tightness. How's he
He'll
doing?
Be fine. He'll be fine. We're giving him a pro day. He'll be out on the field tomorrow. He should be fine.
If you're assessing the way you approached this series, I have to imagine that you would have taken you'll be playing a game 3 as a starting
really.
point. Okay, so in any case,
I think we lost twice to them. Eric's done a really good job of taking that group of players, and he lost a couple big pieces. He's had to make some changes, but they have an identity. They have a way to play. He's had a great season, but I think our team matches up good with them. I think we just need to, again, make plays. The team that's going to win is the team that's going to find that one moment where one of their guys makes a play, or one of our guys are going to score first, and then we control tempo. It's going to be a good series, but I'm confident in my group.
Do you feel like those 8 minutes where they got those couple of goals, or they kind of got a little high compared to what they usually play, that might influence Eric in doing a lot more of that in this upcoming game?
I don't know. He might press a little higher. They had to because they were behind. I think that was the key.
Yeah.
How he starts the game, that's to be determined. We'll be prepared for both scenarios, but the 8 minutes, they did press higher. They credit to them on those. I can certainly fall to Obed's pad, Jordan not getting, but their guy made a play and stole a ball. Okay, and on a second one, they pressed higher up the field, got Yaimar's head down. So credit to them getting, that's what they do. They want turnovers in transition moments, but for us, that 8 minutes wasn't our best soccer. We should have been better at, making sure we kept a hold of the game, kept the ball. We were winning 3-0. We were in no rush.
We saw an extended run from Jordan Morris and Danny Wasowski in game 2. Sort of looked like fresh new tactics for the squad. You mentioned some potential tweaks for Minnesota. How advantageous is it to be able to now have another tactical formation that you can throw at Minnesota, to counter to whatever they
Yeah,
tweak?
it'll be good. Look, whether we play with one forward or two, I think that certainly helped us at home. We needed to do that. How we start the game, do we go back to Paul because Paul came on and did a good job? Do we keep Paul for a sub? We've got a lot of options.